Hey everybody. So I haven't updated in a while because there's been a lot going on. Decided to do it in some mood lighting today. Been very tired. I will update you on why. But yeah, here is the update finally from home. Last update was in the hospital. So since I've been home, it has been very bumpy. As my PCA and my mom would like to say, it's like taking care of a newborn baby because the machines are beeping and it's round-the-clock care because trying to take care of pain and trying to take care of meds, trying to get the meds in, trying to take care of everything. It's very difficult right now, and it's round-the-clock care. But for the first 3 weeks I was home, we did not have a PCA because my PCA, while I was gone, had to pick up hours, and so during that time she was working for a different client. So we finally just got the PCA back this week. So for the first 3 weeks my mom was working at my PCA non-stop. My mom during that COVID time picked up as my PCA. So the PCA splits hours. She's my PCA and the PCA is also my PCA, so they split hours, which works out nicely for both of them. Since I've been home, we have had some blood work done because I've been feeling very tired and my chewing on ice has gotten really bad again, and a lot of symptoms have picked up again, and so we drew my ferritin and it was at 11. So we called my hematologist, he drew some labs, and all of a sudden within a week it went down to 8. So we're waiting to hear back from the hematologist because a lot of those blood numbers and stuff really were some odd numbers. I don't know how to read them. I looked up some of them, but a lot of them didn't make sense. They were really out of whack. So I don't know how this is going to work, but from what we were talking, the hematologist is going to have to talk to the complex care, and it will probably be an inpatient infusion because I had anaphylaxis last time. It would be very complicated due to the fact I wouldn't be having these infusions because while I was in the hospital, I was supposed to have it came and went. I was supposed to have that hysterectomy that was supposed to be stopping all of this ferritin issue, but I cannot have that surgery because my body is way out of whack. Also, my mast cell activation syndrome is completely out of control right now, and so we have to change that treatment plan as well. But I don't know if we're going to do that before or after infusions, but we have a meeting coming up. I'm looking at the meds that were suggested and the options of the infusions, and we will talk about that on Monday. Hold on. I don't really want to change the treatment plan because obviously that means a lot of adjusting of my body, but the treatment plan we're on right now is not working, and my body is so out of whack. I cannot go outside because it cannot tolerate anything outside. It cannot tolerate my body changing temperature. I go into a mast cell attack. It cannot tolerate any safe foods anymore. We're trying to reintegrate food, and even like a couple bites of banana baby food does not work. So we're sort of just at a full halt on everything there. So we'll be changing that plan as well. The GI doctor we're still waiting to see. That is in June, but I have a feeling that a lot of this is mast cell, but there's so much pain that there's so much pain going on. I don't know much about anything down there. I don't know about gastrointestinal things. But my feeling is it might be mast cell related, but also dysautonomia and EDS also causes a lot of stuff that can mess with that. Johns Hopkins is completely on hold until we can sort of solve all of these issues. I can't get out to see the neurosurgeon until all this is on hold. So basically all the big plans that we had are on complete hold until we can solve all of these issues from the hospital and all of these new issues post-hospital now. Basically my whole body is just like completely out of whack, so I'm sleeping a lot because my ferritin is just plummeting so fast right now that it's just like, sorry, I apologize. I'm not tired, I'm not yawning because I'm making YouTube. It's just, I literally am normally up at 7 o'clock and now I'm sleeping until noon, and then I'm back to bed by 8. Which is weird for me. Yep. And then we have the problem of the cyberbullying that's going on. If you followed my journey on here, I've tried to explain it quite clearly how I've been diagnosed, and obviously I ramble a lot and I get brain fog, but I've tried to do my best on explaining the diagnostics and my path and how I've gotten here. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and show you like diagnostic papers because that's my private life. You know what I mean? That's my private history. But I was misdiagnosed once, just once, and I went to that doctor and he removed it, and we've moved forward from that. And from there I was diagnosed with all of these other things by one doctor, but this one doctor sends me out to all of these other big doctors who are at big hospitals. So I will explain how I got diagnosed with everything. This might be a longer story, but to clear the air on everything for all of you watching, I had my complex care doctor that was recommended to me. Our first meeting was 6 hours long. We went through my medical history. From birth until now, we brought medical history that was like a whole bucket's worth of medical history, where we talked about birth and how I was born to now. And she said, this is a red flag, this is a red flag, this is a red flag of EDS, this is a red flag of EDS, this is a red flag of EDS, this is a red flag. Yes, then we went through the checklist of EDS, and then we went through the diagnostic process of EDS, and went through all of this stuff and was sent out, and EDS, yes. Then she's like, I'm pretty sure you have mast cell activation syndrome and CCI and dysautonomia. We did the poor man's or the layman's test where you lay down and then you sit and you stand. But because I'm on medication that controls my heart rate, she's like, I'm pretty sure you have it, so we're going to put you on a protocol, but we need you to do the tilt table test. So I was sent out to do the tilt table test for that, and I was officially diagnosed. So she was like, you definitely have it, I know you have it, but to officially get diagnosed with it, you need to do the tilt table test. So I was sent out to that doctor. The tilt table test confirmed that. Also, I did the mast cell activation syndrome, and they did blood and urine. We did the 24-hour urine. We did blood tests and all of these other tests that I have posted online multiple times on my TikTok, and all of that came back very, very positive and very high. And she was like, got the confirmation on that. When it comes to my cranial cervical instability, we did the upright MRI, and we did the upright CT, and originally they did not put me in the collar because they said it's not as bad. And then shortly after that, there was an injury that happened, and then my physical therapist, who works specifically with people who have EDS, they had to call her in, and they had to call her in, and they were like, you need to lay flat for 24 to 36 hours. If it doesn't get better, you either have a CSF leak or you have injured your CCI. Well, things didn't get better. I got to the hospital and it wasn't a CSF leak. And they're like, we need to put you in the hard collar. And then we adjusted from the hard collar to the soft collar. When my neurological symptoms got worse, we go to the hard collar and go back and forth between the hard and soft collar. And when I'm doing PT, I can take off my collar and do PT things, and on very good days I can take off my collar and sit upright for a short amount of time, and I take advantage of those days and do hair and makeup when I feel good. But those are very small windows of time, and I can take them off for like maybe an hour. I can take this collar off, but on bad days, when I need to wear my hard collar, my neurological symptoms are definitely headaches, motor functions. I cannot move my hands, like I can't even get to my spoon, so I have to be fed. I have ringing in my ears. I have spine tingling. I have neck pain. I barely can pick up my head. I have all of the major signs of it. I have eye issues. Yes. So the CCI was diagnosed with an upright MRI, and they did flexion and extension with that. What else? A long time ago, I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease, and that was discovered during a spinal surgery during 2016, when they opened me up, when they found I had just 3 herniated discs. I have many other spinal issues currently. When I was younger, I found out I had scoliosis. Recently, I went to the rheumatologist, and with the x-ray scans, because of my EDS, I have arthritis in both my hands and in my knees, because EDS is making that much worse, and currently I'm having to brace my knee at nighttime because of the weight I've lost. The knee is now slipping out of place, but every time I go to complex care doctor and she says, hey, I think there's an issue, she does not do the diagnostic process. She sends me out to a hospital and to that specialist who does dysautonomia, does a cardiologist, to a hematologist. So I have a hematologist who works with my ferritin. I have a cardiologist who works with my dysautonomia. So the complex care doctor is not dealing with all of it. She says, okay, go to the specialist, the cardiologist, the hematologist, this doctor, that doctor, this doctor, and then the complex care doctor deals with the sort of treatment of it all, overseeing my mast cell and everything like that. But when it comes to the big stuff, I am sent out to the hospitals. Hope that clears the air on that. When it comes to me talking about, TikTok videos, when it talks about like firing doctors, I have not fired 1 million doctors. That is just me like expressing like talking about that you can do that. I haven't fired 1,000,000 doctors, you guys. You guys assume that I'm like firing this one, I'm firing that one, I'm firing this one, nope. Nope. Yet again, you just think everything I post, you're taking it literally. But as you see on the top of my page, it says advocacy. So that doesn't mean I'm actually doing it that day. So if you're watching, just letting you know, I'm not actually like firing doctors every day. No, I'm not. I'm not firing doctors every day. But as a patient, if you feel like a doctor doesn't fit, you have the right to say, can I have a different doctor? Or if you're in the hospital and you feel uncomfortable with a nurse, you have the right to say, can I have a different nurse? You have the right to say that because it is your body, that is your space, and if you feel uncomfortable, you have the right to say that. But everything you've said is all twisted and mangled up. And I don't understand how you've mangled it up. If you follow my story in order, it would make complete sense. So, I'm sitting here, I'm just trying to get healthy. I'm just trying to, I just want to get better. I'm on a health journey. I'm trying to get to the other side of whatever this is. By the way, my wheelchair, it was not on a GoFundMe. I fought really hard with my insurance. I've never had a GoFundMe on my page. If you followed my TikTok, you knew that that was through my insurance. So, your little video on that. Thanks. I've never had a GoFundMe on my page for my wheelchair or any device. Yeah. Never asked for money. When it comes to my medical needs. I want to get better. I want to get to a place where I can be with my family. I want to get to a place where maybe I can work again. I want to get to a place where I don't have to be stuck in this room all the time. You know? But for some reason, everything is getting really twisted. It's really frustrating. For someone that is chronically ill, they don't need all of this extra cyberbullying going on. This is the last thing they need in their life. And they don't need to prove themselves to somebody or somebodies. I am not a danger to anybody. You are not crime fighters. It is not your duty. You are not cops. You are just people like me online who decided it was your job to do something. Let's just do this. That's how it started. And now you're scaring a group of people from posting. And that's not fair. I know people that want to post really bad, but have shut down their accounts, and that's not fair. The disabled community is an already oppressed community, and to tell people to just shut down their accounts and stop posting is not fair, because we have a right to voice our opinions and speak our minds and tell our stories and talk to each other, because that's our support page as well. You know what I mean? TikTok has a page for the queer community. TikTok has a page for the animal loving. TikTok has a page for the fuzzies. TikTok has a page for anime. TikTok has a page for cosplay. TikTok has a page for the disabled community. If you don't like watching it, don't watch it. Don't look at it. Stop watching. But don't tell us to turn it off. Because that's not fair. It's not fair. It's ridiculous to tell us to go hide. In what way am I a danger? By the way, any comments will be blocked and deleted that are inappropriate. Just saying. So yeah, that's my say on this whole cyberbullying thing. Stop doing it, because you've literally attacked so many of my friends that have gone through so much pain already. Pain and suffering. Just because you weren't there at the beginning of their story does not mean that their story is not legitimate. Just because you happen to jump in the middle and be like, this doesn't make sense. You can't open a book and be like, this story doesn't make sense. Maybe start at the beginning of the story. Don't judge a book by its cover either. There is so much going on in this world, and you're choosing to do this. No. Okay. Enough on this topic. Yeah. So, I don't know what's going on with my health right now. It's a bit bonkers, but that's going on in my life. And it's wild. And it's ridiculous. And I just want to get better. I will update you soon on what else is going on and what they figure out with my blood work, and hopefully the GI and my MCAS stuff, and I hope you all are well. And to the people who have been following me since the beginning, peace, love, and cookie months to you guys. Stay safe. I love you. Be good.